Tama, Annette, and Sensei. All three of them are on their way to the town of Roth to meet the king. He wants to find Sachan, his true love, but being there trouble invites, and he tries to die again. Failing at doing so, but during that, he gave someone else the will to live. However, what happened when he was coming back? What hurt him and Annette? Was it another monster attack? Will he finally be granted death? Both Annette and supposedly Tama were dragging the coffin towards the town, where they needed to go to the castle, but it was quite heavy. Both of them got tired, and Tama yelled at him to walk on his legs. Annette, on the other hand, checked the portal to see if he was well. He was. He was just resting peacefully. Tama scolded her to not to say that, in front of a coffin, at least. Sensei, on the other hand, was sleeping peacefully, reminders of Sachan clouding his vision as she promised to find her and commit double suicide together. With that, he slept some more, and soon he was awakened by Annette and Tama. He slowly got used to the light and found himself in the middle of a market. It was another world. Many people seemed to be shopping there. It was the town of Castle Roth. Fresh bread was being baked, and Sensei found the places nice. All of them then made their way towards the castle, leaving the coffin behind, only for it to scare people. Annette, Tama, and Sensei were now in front of the king, who welcomed them alongside his daughter, Princess Charlotte. He told them that they could spend the night in his bedchambers, but first, he would like to hear some traveling stories from them as he enjoyed them. As expected, Sensei asked if he would like to hear how it feels to sleep in a coffin. This angered the king because it seemed more like a death threat. To ease the king, Annette immediately told him that he had a beautiful daughter. The princess was beautiful. So the king smiled in agreement, telling them that she was getting married soon, and since they are here, he could use an opinion. Suddenly, two people entered the room, one in shining silver armor who was Gomez, the valiant warrior, and the other dressed as a prince. He was Otto, the wandering minstrel of love. King Thomas told them that due to the rise in the wrath of the Dark Lord, monster activity has gained superiority, and that is causing nuisance in the town. The king was getting too old to deal with all this, so he wanted one of the two people, Otto and Gomez, to be Charlotte's husband, but the princess has not chosen anyone as of yet, so he wanted an opinion. After a few seconds, Sensei said he had no idea, confusing the king. Sensei said that the future of the princess is quite critical, and is dependent on the whole town. This was not something he could ask to travelers who had just come. He accused him of being a tyrant for a king. He did not find him fit for being a king, causing the king's eyes to widen. Everyone was surprised. Sensei then walked away, because according to him, someone like him who cannot fit anywhere in the world had no right to say that to anyone. Both Annette and Tama hurriedly apologized to the king for his behavior, telling him that since he is another worlder, he tends to act weird at times, so he must forgive them. They were terribly sorry. But the king told them not to worry about it, since he, being from another world, cannot help it. Yet they kept apologizing. Sensei, on the other hand, walked out of the hall, with Princess Charlotte watching him go. Later that night, all three of them, Annette, Tama, and Sensei, were in one room. Annette was sleeping peacefully when she awakened, only to see Sensei awake, gazing at the moon through the window. She asked him if he was having trouble sleeping, to which he told her that he cannot sleep well, ever. After a second, with hesitation, Annette asked him about who Sachan really is. Sensei did not answer, but a tail started looming from his bed. Annette ripped the blanket away from him, only to find Tama sleeping soundlessly on Sensei's lap. She immediately shouted at her and threw her off the bed. She told her that she was shameless for sleeping on another man's lap. It was wrong of her. But Tama told her that she was cold, and that is how her species sleeps. But Annette was not having it, and both of them broke into a fight. Annette was clearly jealous. Leaving them fighting each other, Sensei walked out of the room as Annette grabbed Tama's tail. Sensei walked through the corridors, while Princess Charlotte was out on the balcony watching the view of the lake and how the moon shone out on it. Sensei said from behind that the view was very nice. She was surprised but nodded in agreement that it was very beautiful. But then, him being suicidal said that it makes him want to drown himself, surprising the princess. She then asked him if he was that troubled to be wanting to die, but Sensei said that she seemed to be in more dilemma than him. He looked through her. She sighed apologetically. Princess Charlotte continued to tell him about how she is still not able to choose between Gomez and Otto. Ever since Gomez has arrived, he has been the most dependent warrior, and he has strength, which makes him a better choice for the kingdom. On the other hand was Otto, her childhood friend with whom she used to spend time with. Every time she would feel down, he would sing for her. He wrote songs for her. Sensei applauded her for being a good daughter to her father, unlike him. He then told her that his life has been a series of troubles, some that he caused, some that came his way. He had tried to commit suicide and double suicide many times that annoyed his father and family greatly. But never once has he asked anyone to live their lives the way he wants to. He slowly started to walk away, telling her to make a decision for herself and not for anyone else, to know what she wants. With that he left, leaving the princess in a turmoil of thoughts. The next morning the king had summoned all three of them again in the main hall, asking them to act as witnesses, because Princess Charlotte had finally chosen a husband. Annette betted that it would be Mr. Gomez, but Tama insisted that she and Otto look good together. King Thomas told Princess Charlotte to stand in front of the man she wants to marry and say her vows. She slowly made way down the stairs, leaving her father's side, saying that she thought a lot, and came to the conclusion that she would like to commit double suicide with Sensei. Instead, she held his hand. Annette screamed, getting mad before falling down, while Tama was surprised. Even the king did not know what to say. So the princess said that she realized Otto was there to sing for her, but he was also there when she was not feeling down and even caused a nuisance last night. She believed he just wanted to sing his songs for someone, and she cannot marry Gomez because he smelt weird. After talking with Sensei last night, she realized that no one really cared about what she wanted until it was Sensei. The king told her to choose a husband and quit this drama, but she questioned how could he choose to marry her off without asking her, or considering her feelings. She does not wish to get married. The king was not able to say anything. Sensei then understood that instead of getting married, she is willing to do double suicide with him. Suddenly, Mr. Gomez started taking off his armor, getting huge by the minute. He was one of the companions of the Dark Lord, and wanted to marry Princess Charlotte, so he could give this kingdom to his master. But the princess saw through him. Mr. Gomez was actually a monster. Sensei asked the princess if she knew who he actually was. She said she did not know. He just simply smelt. Sensei told Gomez that he heard her, but Gomez said he would like that fight and gain this kingdom. Suddenly a few guards ran inside to protect the king, but Gomez threw them away with a swing. Tama, on the other hand, was trying hard to wake Annette up. She could help, but a stone was about to hit them. She managed to save them. She then decided to fight the horned monster. Otto said he would play a rhythm since he had a high level to boost her, but it did not work. Sensei, on the other hand, was enjoying the song. Tama fought by landing a punch on the creature's face, but after a few tries, a cut appeared near her eye. His horns were sharp. He said that he would apply his whole power in his next move and kill her. His horns would shred her to pieces. But Sensei cut him off, politely asking him to kill them first with his beautiful horns, since him and the princess wished to commit double suicide. Everyone was shocked at this. The princess was confused, because now Gomez said that since it is their wish, he would kill them first, then the king and everyone in this kingdom. Upon this, the princess mumbled but stammered. Sensei held her hand tightly, telling her that now they can both die. It does not matter what he does after that. The monster got ready to kill them, wishing them a good afterlife together. The monster bolted towards them, and Princess Charlotte realized that she does not wish to die. Not yet. She needs to be here for her father, for her kingdom. She needs to live. Sensei smiled at this and pushed her aside, saying that she truly is a kind girl, but to suicide along him she would not do. With that, he patiently waited for the monster's horns to attack him. But Annette woke up and used her staff to shield protection around Sensei, causing the horns of the monster to break as he was pushed back. Tama attacked him with her power, and he went flying through the walls into the lake. Both Tama and Annette thanked one another for helping each other, while Otto said he would make a song about their friendship. Everyone was done with him. The king apologized to Princess Charlotte for trying to get her married without considering her feelings. He thought of himself as a bad king and father, but Princess Charlotte told him that from now on, they will only discuss the kingdom and them. The father and daughter bugged each other as Begin watched. Sensei, on the other side, was upset, as he failed in his 6th try of suicide. The next morning, Princess Charlotte was appointed as queen, and was directing the warriors to combat monster attacks. Her father was proud, while Annette and Tama were dragging the coffin all the way from the castle, thinking about how Charlotte would take a huge responsibility. Sensei spoke to them from inside the coffin, saying that Charlotte took the decision for herself and knows what she is doing. A young queen might face hurdles, but she can do it. He sat right up, adding that women look beautiful while dying, but they also look beautiful standing on their own feet. This Tama was again dragging the coffin, taunting him to do the same as well. In the next scene, Annette seems worn out, as if she was attacked. Someone helped her, asking her if she was okay, The weather was gloomy and dead again. Annette said she was fine, but someone needs to check on Sensei. The person called out for healing potions and a priest. The lady had ears like Annette.